Hi friends, I hope that everybody's doing well. Before we get into the reading, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. Okay, we're starting off with the Ace of Cups. And the Magician. Maybe you're trying to manifest a connection with someone. It doesn't have to be. This can be you wanting to manifest something with your abilities as well. Like say you have the ability to, there are artistic abilities you want to tap into. You may want to create something with that. Like you may be painting something, you could be drawing something, you could be like creating music. Something that would even like connect other people to what it is that you're doing. Let's see. Yeah, with Mercury, could definitely be anything related to communication, the throat chakra, things like that. Something that would reach other people, be connected with other people. Ooh. The Ace of Cups and the Six of Cups. There may be something going on with somebody from the past. There would definitely still be love felt between the two of you. Love felt, love recognized. So this is somebody that you already have a connection with. Could be something that you're thinking about. Could be something you feel upset about. The Nine of Swords. So it starts off being very like lovely and nostalgic, right? Because the Ace of Cups is like your connection with yourself and your connection with other people and how we all feel connected. And with the Six of Cups, it's like how you feel connected to that memory of that person, how you feel. For some of you, this may be somebody that's no longer in your life anymore. Okay. You may be trying to manage the ebbs and flows of what you're going through right now. Could be like in mourning, grief, having a hard time adjusting emotionally to something. It may feel very, very heavy. Yeah, this is like all centered around stuff from the past for you. So whether it be like particular memories, a particular person, particular memories with a particular person. It could be multiple people. It can be like a sense of nostalgia even for like childhood or things in the past that you had. I'm seeing you be in a space where you feel like it's time to like prioritize mental health. It's time to really get on that, managing that, because it just seems like you're in a place where you feel like I can't continue like living my life like this. I feel like the quality of my life has even been affected by the way that I'm managing this or not managing this, what coping strategies I'm using, what coping strategies I'm not using, stuff like that. I mean, you have a choice to make here. It seems like you can continue feeling this way. See, with the Nine of Swords, it has you feeling in a place like there is something to fear. And this is something that is all going to be related and connected with your perspective. This doesn't mean that it is like the ultimate overarching truth of this whole thing. It means more so that like this is the narrative, this is how you are framing things currently, and there are other frames that you could be putting around this situation. Especially how you're dealing with something now, because it seems like you're pulling the past into the present, and you're in a space where you're having a hard time adjusting to this situation, and yeah, maybe feeling like it's something that you're having a hard time still carrying on with and being present with. I'm seeing you also be in a space where you're like learning to let go, trying to let go. For some of you, this situation kind of came out of shock. Maybe you didn't expect to have to let go of this person so soon. Seeing you holding on to something very, very tightly. I'm seeing somebody in a baseball uniform. Justice and the Wheel of Fortune. I'm hearing it was their time to go. Yeah, maybe you thought that something was a mistake or it wasn't supposed to happen in the way that it did, but it definitely was. But that may have been something that you were upset about, thinking. Yeah, it reminds me very much of, like, let's use an example. So a lot of the time, like, when people have somebody that they know, like, leave their body, I don't say die, I say leaving their body, but, like, most people see that as being dying. Okay, so when a lot of people, when they have somebody close to them that, like, passes away, that passes on, that leaves their body, whatever you want to call it, one of the things that people want to know is, like, did they suffer, like, did they experience pain, like, as they were dying, like, what did they feel like, stuff like that. And so, like, there may have been something about the situation that you may have felt like happened in a way that wasn't supposed to happen, or that, like, you were worried about some aspect of this. And, like, this can be a metaphorical death for some of you, for somebody in your life. Like, you may have thought that you were going to have a connection with this person for a very long time, and then something was cut short for some reason. And you being in a space where there's, like, a lack of trust that this is, like, all happening in the way that it's supposed to, because I'm seeing, like, so much heaviness and sadness more than anything. I'm seeing people in, like, long black outfits. You may have thought that the sky looks, like, gray or even cloudy, or, like, it's not super sunny outside. I'm seeing, like, a lot of gray. It even looks like black and white shades, variants. Okay, so moving back to this, there may have been something going on where you were having a hard time dealing with something, a hard time getting through something, a hard time struggling with something, and, like, mourning in some way, or feeling yeah, that lack of trust that things are happening as they're supposed to, which can be very hard, especially if we feel like that wasn't right within the situation. What I'm seeing here is that, like, your guides are saying this was right, this was justice, this was balanced for the situation, so this was meant to be happening, karmically speaking. So that message is meant to be, like, known and communicated with you, is what I'm seeing here, whatever this situation is of yours. For some of you, you've been experiencing body aches, is what I'm hearing. Maybe having, like, physical manifestations of, like, emotional grief, emotional pain you've been feeling. It seems like, yeah, allowing the universe to be, because you could spend so much of your time, like, being angry with the universe for, like, showing up how it is. It's kind of like yelling at the sky for raining. It's not going to change that it's raining. It's not going to do anything to, like, change the course of events that are happening. And it seems even like you being guided to, like, get out of the way and to allow things to happen as they will, meaning to surrender, right? Because surrendering isn't about giving up. It's about getting out of the way and allowing things to happen in the way that it's meant to. And regardless of whether you approve of this or not, because I'm seeing like a resistance where you may think that like what you want in a situation or how you think things should go is how they should go, when like the universe has something else that's going on, and that's what is actually meant to be happening, and that's what is going to happen. That's what has been happening. And again, I'm seeing like this was justice, this was balance, this was like karmically a balancing out that's happening. You getting information, like even clarity about this, about like why things unfolded in the way that it did, and even like having the strength to hold on to that truth and to trust that, to trust your guidance, to trust spirit, to trust this situation. Because I'm seeing something feel very, very difficult to let go of, but I'm seeing you get to a place where you might start telling yourself you're strong enough to be able to do this. To let go. Looking at the High Priestess, yeah. When you have preferences that that become so like prevalent and so pressing, they can at times like shade your perception, and instead of seeing the truth, it's kind of filled in by how your desire system is framing it. And so that's something to be mindful of here too, because it looks like there's something that needs to be let go of in order for you to grasp that deeper truth that you have. And I'm seeing something that's very much accessible to you. It's just a matter of tapping into that deeper knowing that you have. And I'm seeing you be in a space too where like your higher self is saying, hey, we need to let go of this, we can't keep holding on to it, because this is something that is, I'm hearing mammogram, this is something that is going to potentially physically impact you. And so that's also something to keep in mind too, because like energetically, emotionally, what you are playing with, what you are holding on to, what you are letting go, like all of the energy that you are interacting with, and emotions that you are interacting with, they have the ability to manifest physically. And so it's something that you want to be mindful of, especially if there are physical symptoms that you are feeling. I'm getting this too, like you seeing through the viewer the lens of like just your 3D physical human experience, may be looking at through a very particular lens, but when you get back behind it, I'm seeing this part of you that like understands this deeper truth, like has this deeper knowing of this situation, and knows what to do here and what you're meant to be focusing on, and wants you to like continue moving rather than staying stuck on this. And to move towards a place where you're really showing up for yourself and what you need physically, emotionally. Yeah, this looks like to me too like something that happened in the past, and like no matter what you do with it, it's not going to do anything to it, it's not going to change it. So you can be okay with it or you cannot be okay with it. It's not going to do anything to change like the course of events that had happened. And that being said, if how you feel about it isn't going to change the situation of what happened, wouldn't you rather move to a space of acceptance when it comes to this? Working to do that. As I said before, I'm seeing you be in a space where you want to be like prioritizing and managing your mental, emotional, energetic, spiritual health here, physical health, and recognizing, hey, I need to let go of this in order for me to continue forward. I will say this too, like we all get to decide karmically what happens to us, and so let me more specifically say where I'm going with this. if you decide that you are going to, if you decide that you are going to like let go of pain or regret or shame or whatever it is that you're holding on to, then karmically you get to free yourself of it. But if you decide, I'm going to hold on to this, then karmically you're stuck with it. But it's only because you decided to be, you know? So that's also something to keep in mind too. Like, nobody's pressing anything to you and making you hold on to it. You get to decide whether or not you want to hold on to it and like suffer the consequences of that. But it's all your choice at the end of the day. So you can like either stay stagnant and hold on to like the pain and all of that stuff, or the worry or the fear, whatever it is, or you can choose to let go of it. And whatever you decide is just the karmic effect that this is going to have, because karma is just cause and effect. You know, you hold on to something that's hot, you burn your hand, you let go of it, you don't. But you get to decide. And maybe that's also part of what you needed to hear as well, that you have the choice here within this situation. I'm looking at Libra, Jupiter, Leo, and the Moon. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.